How are you feeling? You got John Rigg'd here with another open cart surgery. This one comes with one of these, and this happens actually not regularly, but every once in a while. I'll get a letter in the mail that will say, hey, by the way, if you want this, you gotta pay for postage. And I've actually been turning down a lot. So if you get something like this that was supposed to send to me, but it has one of those things on it, I'm just gonna send it right back to you. So something to keep in mind anyway. But I was like, you know what, a couple of cents, I'll help them out, and kind of feels like it's probably a Game Boy game in there, so we'll see what it is. You never know. Well, and as it turns out, it's totally a Game Boy game. Came with a note which reads, "Greetings, John. I'm a fan of your channel and has been watching your open cart surgery videos for a while and have been enjoying them. Recently, I picked up a copy of Donkey Kong for the Game Boy, but after I play it for a while and save the game, come back to it, my progress is not saved. The game itself runs perfectly. It's just that it won't save even when I hit save. If you can fix it out, it'd be awesome. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Love your videos." From Jaden Savage. Love that last name. Well, if it works perfectly well, but it's not saving, it probably just needs to have the battery replaced. And fortunately, we can replace batteries very easily in your old Game Boy games. In fact, if you pick up a new Game Boy game nowadays, something like this, maybe you find a Pokemon or something like that, it's probably of your best interest to go ahead and replace the battery right off the get-go. Very easy to do. I'll show you how I do it. So you got your Donkey Kong, one of my favorite Game Boy games, actually. Flip it on the other side. Only one screw you got to worry about. It is the same 3.8mm security bit that Nintendo games use, Super Nintendo games, and more. Once that screw is removed, this slides just a little bit, like that much. See? Right now it's locked into place still, just like that. This part comes right off. So here's your circuit board, and on the other side, you'll find one of those. Now, it's soldered in place, so you will need a soldering iron, and you will also need a replacement tabbed battery. Fortunately, happen to have one right here. All you have to do is just search for tabbed batteries. This is a CR1616. So if you do like an eBay search, for instance, just go, CR1616 tabbed battery, you'll find one of these. Super Nintendo games use the same thing too. If you're doing Super Nintendo games, you're looking at a 2025, a CR2025. But for Game Boy games, 1616. I don't need to use the solder remover. I'm just going to heat up the solder, and it'll kind of, you'll see what it does. Now again, is it the proper way? I don't know, but here's how I do it. I heat up the solder, I just stick my fingernail or something right underneath it, it'll come right off. It'll come right up, just like that. Same with the other side. You can use like a desoldering gun or, solder remover type thing, and that might actually be a preferred method. But I do that because there's already solder I can use here. So now with your tabbed battery, now both tabs go onto the circuit board, however, there's two sides to it. You have your positive, this is where the writing is, where you can read what it says or would say the CR1616. And then the bottom side is the negative. If you look on the board, there's a plus sign, there's a minus sign. Make sure that those add up. So the minus sign right here is going to make sure that tab goes right there. So you're basically putting it in upside down. You're going to place it right where it was. And because your fingers are going to be slipping around, because you're pushing stuff in there and you got to, use the solder and all that, I'm actually going to tape this down. Not really tape it down, but just to help it from slipping around so much, That's not my best solder job ever, but it never is. Well, will you look at that? And the solder cools almost immediately. There you go, replacement battery. Now, gotta make sure this goes back in place. Now, although I pulled this out upside down, I'm actually going to put it in this way first with the backing because that little groove right there fits perfectly just with that. This part goes in, remember? A little bit like that. Shifts right into place. Flip it over. Screw that back on there. And one replaced battery on one Donkey Kong. This battery here, go ahead and throw it away. Well, I know it wasn't much of an open cart surgery video today, however, it did come to me broken, according to him, wasn't saving, so if you need to replace your batteries, that's how you do it. Pretty easy to do, you just gotta have a soldering iron, really, and of course those tabbed batteries, too. I get mine through eBay, I don't have any extra super secret sources or anything, but any eBay listing that works best for you should work fine for you. I suppose they're never much, and it's usually good if you, especially if you collect for Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy. Might be worth your while to have at least a few of those tabbed batteries on hand at any given time, because you never know when you're going to need them. Got broken games laying around. Make sure you check out my other videos on this open cart surgery playlist. You can see maybe how to fix them, or if you just even want to deal with them, I do have my mailing address listed in the About section of every video, as well as in the description of this video too. So, open cart surgery, I thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed for more, the bell icon for notifications if you dig it, and thanks for watching. More videos are always on the way. We'll see you.